In the Hindu culture, there are different gods whom we worship every day and hold them in our hearts for numerous reasons. We treat them with the highest amount of reverence and veneration and place them as an exemplary for the whole culture to follow. There are innumerable names attributed to these gods and goddesses singing their praises. But out of all the revered beings, there is only one who has earned a title specific to himself. The title of Kalantaka. The great sage Mrikandu and his wife Marudmati worshipped Shiva fervently, seeking from him the boon of having a son. Pleased by their penance, Shiva appeared before them and gave them a choice of either a righteous son but with a short life or a dull, evil-minded son with a long life. The wise rishi chose the former, and Shiva blessed them with a baby boy who was destined to die at the age of 16. They named the boy Markandeya, and he grew up as a great devotee of Lord Shiva. His knowledge in Vedic literature was of the highest degree right from a very young age. As the years went by and the boy was close to reaching 16, his parents began to cry profusely. After consoling them and inquiring the reason behind their sadness, they finally revealed to him the truth of his birth. After the revelation, Markandeya was not fazed by his impending death. He lived every day praying to Shiva with all his heart. Even on the day of his supposed death, with the innocence of a 16-year-old boy, he clutched upon the Shivalinga and started praying to Lord Shiva, pleading him to save his life. He wanted to live not for his own personal interest, but for the sake of his parents who were weeping desperately for him. Just the sight of his mother crying was unbearable. When Lord Yama came with his messengers to take the boy away, Markandeya still clutched the lingam with all his life. Even when Yama's messengers tried to take the boy, he wouldn't budge, but instead his prayers intensified. Looking at this unyielding boy, Yama himself stepped into action and hurled his noose around the boy's neck. This was Yama's last action, because no sooner the noose fell around Markandeya's neck, Shiva himself appeared out of the lingam, taking off Yama's neck with his trishul, killing him in the process and earning him the name Kalantaka, or the one who slayed death itself. This event is believed to have taken place on the banks of river Gomati in Varanasi. The entire Indian culture is filled with stories which might not necessarily be factual but more symbolic in nature. It's the essence of the story that we're supposed to grasp rather than the literal meaning of it. Whether this event of Shiva slaying the Lord of Death is a real or a fictitious one might be subjective, but it's quite important to understand the real meaning and significance of the story. What's being told in the story is that those who hold Shiva in their heart and soul, invisible bridges will form out of thin air and allow them to move further in life, taking care of all their troubles. The devotee who is true in his heart will always have the Mahadeva right behind him, taking care of even the toughest of problems with ease, and this is what happened with the great sage Markandeya as well. Though the divine had given him only 16 years to live, his devotion earned him life beyond ages.